stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's up, party people? Happy Friday. We made it, y'all. We made it. We had some Thursday night football action last night. Thank God Taylor Swift was around again. We had a bunch of NBA preseason games. So a lot of fun stuff to go over this morning. Real quick, just a reminder too, Friday, it is Friday. So today at 3 o'clock, we'll do a little underdog happy hour from 3 to 4. We'll just fire off a bunch of drafts and just get a little degen on. Who do we got in the chat this morning? Jumpshoot says, good morning, hashtag Ben 10. I do not want to call Ben Simmons Ben 10. I don't know why, but I hate it. Steve says, good morning. And to answer the question, no. Yeah, and the question is Ben Simmons back? I'm excited to talk a little bit about that. Honestly, that was more just clickbaity. There's only a little bit of Ben Simmons. We do have some fun stuff, though. Hugo's here. We got hashtag Red October. We will talk a little bit of baseball because I want to yell about something. Snoopaloop says, good morning, happy National No Bra Day. Okay, quick morning meeting, so I'll catch the second half. Great. Just drop a grenade like that. I'll drop a grenade. Oh, I don't know how that song goes. Is that Bruno Mars? Whatever. We the people, what's going on? Common Man's here. All right. Coach Stark up and early. We got Boudevine up in here. Garen's here for the Ben Simmons talk and to watch you buy a rare for $100. All right, TSC, I'm not going to do that. I'm not buying a rare this morning. Maybe I'll look at it, though. Maybe I'll look at it. Santa's boys here. Ryan, good morning. Sanders here. Pausing the Fire Bad Bunny album for the NBA Bet Boston bases here. Do me a favor, like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you have yet to do that. Oh, there it is. I'd jump on a grenade for you. All right, what a line, dude. How about bars? Move over, Willie Shakespeare. We got Bruno. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Where do we want to start? I just wanted my entire timeline. My entire X, Twitter, whatever timeline right now is just people yelling about Orlando Arcia, about the reporting that, oh, it's got to stay in the clubhouse. What's said in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse. It's a sacred space. Yes, I know there are reporters everywhere interviewing players with cameras everywhere, but still, it is a sacred space. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out, except, of course, for our social media guy who comes in here and films a bunch of stuff every time a coach gives a hoorah talk. We put that out there so we get a lot of clicks and we get the captions on it, but it is a sacred space. Nobody in, nobody out, except again if we're doing stuff that makes us look good. It is the dumbest thing. This whole conversation is so dumb. Also, I'm pretty sure Bryce Harper was trying to mash dingers before Orlando Arcia said, attaboy. Attaboy, Harper. Ooh, what a sick burn. Attaboy, Harper. You guys are out of control. You won 100 regular season games and then you took a dookie in the playoffs. Oh, the playoff structure is bad. It should be a longer series. Let's do best out of 15. So we know the good. You know what? Win the games, bro. So dumb. Oh, I don't like how it was reported. It should stay in there. Attaboy, Harper. Oh, my God. You guys suck. You suck, Braves. Change your name. Here we go. Boston base. No, I lined up for the pack, you dumbass. I lined up for the pack. I didn't get it though. All right. Anyways, I just needed to get that out of the way. I just thought that was so dumb. Why is everybody talking about it? Who cares? You should be talking about how your team fell apart when it mattered the most. Yeah, the bases loaded, down 2 runs. You had a pass ball, and the dude just got hung up at third base. At third base. Go score your run. I feel like we're getting very close to some Bill Burr here. Just run. You had the base. What are you doing? Anyways, yeah, should have tapped that app and loaded the DApp. Favorite 2 MLB teams get smoked. Yeah, the 2 best teams in baseball. The Dodgers. Listen, you know what, Dodgers? If you roll out Clayton Kershaw for game 1, that's on you. All right, that's enough baseball talk, right? Let's do we have a baseball drop for you? No, we don't. Actually, we do.
Baseball.
Imagine just tuning in right now. Imagine. The reason I wanted to do that drop is because you know what? We are going to talk some Dwayne Mother Bacon this morning. Okay. Let's start there. Let's start with last night's preseason action. There's some fun things to overreact to. And I'm going to start here. Also, is Badavine here this morning? Badavine. I looked up the pronunciation of Koulibaly, and that is how you say it, okay? That's what the pronunciation. That's what Google told me. I listened to it. I read it. Okay. I'm here though I think I'm on the Koulibaly. Now I'm saying it like God. I'm gonna cancel myself. Jesus. I'm on the Bilal train. All right. I'm ready for it. I think they're starting him right now in the preseason. I just can't get over it. Let's start with the Wizards real quick. So the Wizards beat the Hornets 98-92. All right. Badavine's saying I did a good job. 98-92. Okay. Who cares about the final scores? Whatever. Koulibaly had 12 points, 5 boards, 4 steals, and a block. All right. And a block. So he's starting over Corey Kispert. So last night their starting rotation, I believe, was Poole, Jones, Gafford, Koulibaly, and then I'm forgetting who the 5th guy was. But I'm just saying, right? This dude is like 14. And they're running him out there. And maybe it's just preseason. Maybe they're just giving him a little bit of run right now. I don't know. If you're doing it a little best ball, if you're trying to, maybe even SORARE when they start minting some of these auctions of rookies, right? And before this dude pops, I might want to take a couple shots on him. I really like what we're seeing. Oh yeah, Denny Avdia. Maybe that was the other one, Denny. But Kispert was coming off the bench, and I thought Kispert was going to be the guy that he was starting. And again, I don't want to overreact too much to preseason. We still have 11 more days till the NBA season starts, which can you believe it? But I am kind of interested in, right? We've already talked about how there's only one team in the entire association that from day one is going to go out of their way to lose some games. Looking at you, DC, that's going to be the Washington Wizards, right? So if that is the case, they're going to be more in line to just letting Johnny Davis run around, letting Koulibaly run around. I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited about what that potential looks like. On the other side of things, right, for the Hornets, let's do another drop because our man PJ Dub dropped a dub 11 and 10.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
This is not true. I'm not talking about how Kispert only has one top shot moment. I do wonder if Kispert is on a different team. I feel like Tyus Jones and Kissy Pert are 2 trade candidates as we get closer to Febs. But on the Wizards side of things, so PJ had 11 and 10, Terry Rozier had 13, 7 and 6, LaMelo Ball had 12 and 6, and then Brandon Miller had 9 and 6. Brandon Miller, listen, we got out here and we dunked on Charlotte for taking Brandon Miller over Scoot. And then Brandon Miller watches the show every morning. He reached out to me. He said, hey, man, I really like what you're doing. You actually look pretty good for 39. I like what your hair's doing. It doesn't really look like it's receding as much as you thought it might be receding. So, good on you. I did watch the show. I saw what you said. So I came out there and I put Daniel Gafford on a poster. Now, we're not talking about a reserve, right? We're not talking about him dunking on the 3rd unit of the Charlotte Hornets, although you could argue the entire Charlotte Hornets unit is a 3rd unit. Brandon Miller comes out there and just slams down on Gafford. Just came out of nowhere, right down the pipe, throws it down on Gafford, and then some short Napoleon complex referee comes out and is like, charge, what? We got to move. We got to move the circle out, okay? It was such a nice dunk. We did a short on it this morning. I'm not going to show the clip now, although you know what? I should just run highlights on this show now because we're demonetized. We can do whatever we want. We're living in the wild, wild west. I'm going to take my pants off soon. But anyways, I think that was it was a great highlight. Brandon Miller looked a little bit solid. And here's another thing. You want to know why Brandon Miller is going to be playing a little bit more, why his stock's probably going up? Because Miles Bridges is a huge piece of shit. More reports came out. We talked about it a little bit, right? There was a little, somebody would tweet out, here's a photo. There's a warrant out for Miles Bridges' arrest again. And this time it turns out that he was throwing pool balls at his ex's, the one that he's already been proven guilty for beating the it's just so gross what he did, right? Now he's firing pool balls while his kids are in the car and then threatening to be like, hey, if you actually say anything, not only are they not going to believe you, I'm not going to pay. He's a piece of shit. Get him out of the league. What are we waiting for? For real, what are we waiting for? Even the Houston Rockets, one of the worst run franchises in the history of basketball. They even though they tried to trade him, got rid of Kevin Porter Jr. What else do we need? Adam Silver, open up those alien-esque ears of yours, see what's happening, and actually let those testicles fall down and make a decision. Get him out. We don't need him. You don't even need to. Don't rely on the Charlotte Hornets to figure this out. Just get rid of him. What are we doing? What are we doing? Unreal. Fakal Dragert says, sad about the Cavs' 2 losses already. It's okay, man. None of these games count. Maddie says, does Brandon Miller want to start a podcast and looking for a co-host? Always. And then TSC says, you dunk it cannot be called the charge. Change the rule. Yeah, I like that too. Anyways, I just want to get that out of the way. It's garbage. We have no room in the league for that. There's plenty of people. There's plenty of talented athletes who are just like a smidge off that could be in the league instead of Miles Bridges. It's dumb. All right, let's keep going. I'm sorry. You know what? Mental health check. We haven't done one of those in a while. Let's get a little mental health check. Let's find an old one. Let's find that one where Pack Rip just like swallows the microphone, right? Here it is. That's a nice throwback. There you go, Boston Base. You want to talk about Top Shot? There you go. All right, let's keep going. Bulls and Nuggets. The Bulls won in double OT, 133-124. DeMar DeRozan dropped 19 and 24. Zachary LaVine dropped 17 in 23 minutes. And then the Great White Hope, Alex Caruso, dropped 14 off of the bench. Nothing really to report there from Chicago. They played their starters a little bit more than the Nuggets did. Jokic had 17, 6, and 4 in 18 minutes. Great highlight of Jokic playing a little point guard. And, they wanted to make sure they were preserving time, so they roll the ball out. He lets the ball roll all the way to half court, picks it up, takes 3 dribbles, steps into a 3, knocks it down. Do you think he did that because he saw the rankings come out for ESPN naming Giannis the best player in the league over him? No, probably not. He doesn't watch anything, I don't think. Stan Loves in the chat saying he bought a DeRozan so rare. Well, I like that, but you know who's going to hate it? Actually, Jeb Bush. He's going to hate it because he hates DeRozan, but I like that. Oh my gosh, I did not know it was Friday the 13th. I didn't put that together till right now. Wow. A couple of other things on the Nuggets. I wanted to talk about those 2 rookies that we talked about the other day, the last time they had a preseason game. Hunter Tyson, he went out there, dropped 10, 5, and 4. So it was good to see. The last game we talked about him, he did a lot of the peripheral stuff without getting the ball to go into the hoop. This time he did that at least 5 times. And then Strother, who was balling the other night, he dropped 16 in his time out on the court. So again, I want to just pay attention to these Denver rookies as Bruce Brown is no longer on the team. Jeff Green is no longer on the team. We assume Christian Brown's the guy that's out there a little bit more. They still have Reggie, Miss Jackson on the team. And now you get these 2 rookies. I imagine there's going to 2 of these 4 or 5 dudes are going to play some meaningful minutes here for the Denver Nuggets this season as they defend the chip. All right, speaking of those Cavs that our man Fakal was bummed out about. The Cavs lost 108-105 to the Orlando Magic. Paulo Banchero did dog do out there. He scored 6 points in 20 minutes. Franz of the Wagners had 18 and 4. But some good stuff for Cleveland here. Max Strus had 13, 6, and 5. Darius Garland had 19. I was actually impressed by the 5 dimes from Max Strus. Didn't really assume him to be a playmaking guard or wingman. But he did. And then Imani Bates. Remember when Imani Bates, one of this big touted prospect, kind of fell off a little bit, had some issues, but then balled out in Summer League, but it's hard to trust the second half of Summer League, right? That first weekend of Summer League, you're like, these are the guys. Second half of Summer League's dudes named like Derek Thompson. I don't know why I picked the guy who writes for The Atlantic, but drops 35 in a game, right? And that's kind of what I thought Imani Bates was doing. Hey, 12 and 4 off the bench for the Cavs. So that's good to see. But other than that, I mean, nothing really to take away from. Donovan didn't really do much. Mobes was quiet. They still don't have Jared Allen. I wouldn't worry about losing preseason games. I'm more just looking for the production of these second-tier dudes. Speaking of second-tier dudes, Detroit basketball. Wow, we get a sneeze, but let's do a Detroit basketball drop. There we go. Detroit. So Detroit and OKC Thunder, Lightning and the Thunder, they played in Montreal last night. Isn't that exciting? Played in Montreal. SGA after the game was like, give Montreal a team now, which I love. That's kind of fun. Tesla was asking, is there any rhyme or reason for how many preseason games each team is playing? No, I don't know. I think the teams actually have a say in how many they want to play. So I'm not sure. But anyways, Pistons and Thunder, they had some fun there. So Killian Hayes, shout out Kevin O'Connor. He had 16-3. Beef Stew had 12-7. The thing that we're continuing to monitor is what Detroit's going to do with their backup five. In this game, Jalen Duren got the night off, I believe, and Marvin Bagley started. And he was fine. James Wiseman, who, again, Bags and Wise are competing for who's going to get those backup five. Wiseman comes out there. In 23 minutes, drops 20 and 10, going 8 for 8 from the field. So Wiseman, again, Bagley was the one who showed out the other night. Wiseman was like, not so fast, and then showed some of that upside that he's got. So I don't know. Again, I'm rooting for both of these guys because it's just one of those things, man. When you get drafted that high and then just like flame out, it's not fun to be the butt of a joke. Ask Poker Pro Eric. So I just hope that they can. One of them turns it around for the Pistons. The other one finds another landing spot. For the Thunder, Chet dropped 16-4 in 21 minutes. Who else? J-Dub had 17. And I want you to lower that music for a second because our friend, the Dort Report, dropped 24 points. Yeah, watch out for Oliver Starr. But still, he did it. He did it. And Ousmane Dieng had 14 off the bench. Cason Wallace, too. I forget to talk about Cason Wallace, who was their 10th pick, right? They traded with the Mavs to get up to Cason. And he's been playing pretty well as well. So, Stan with the hot take saying Bags over Weissman. Or is that supposed to be Weisberg, the way that you spelled that? Were you doing a bit? Either way, good stuff. Would you prioritize in-game action or more team-based training camp time? So this is going back to your question about how many games do they play because the Raptors aren't playing a lot. I guess it really depends, right? Like if I'm a team that had a lot of continuity from the season past, right? Same coach, same core. I probably focus more on in-game stuff, right? If I am a team that has a lot of new pieces, maybe a new coach, like we're looking at the Toronto Raptors, maybe it's more important to have that in-team stuff. So I don't know. That's a good question, Tesla. Good question. All right, let's keep moving. Hawks and Grizzlies. The Santi Aldama. I'm sorry, Hawks won 103-102. 1 point. Wow, real nail biter. Santi Aldama, 22-7-6. Zaire Williams, who I feel like we haven't seen in 4 or 5 years, back on the scene with 12 points. Somebody named Good Game Jackson, GG Jackson, for the Grizz, dropped 24 off the bench. Again, I'm going to circle this one more time for the Atlanta Hawks. So DeAndre Hunter didn't play, and the man that started was Jalen Johnson. I want to keep an eye on that. Newton says, if by back you mean ass, then yes. There we go, Newton. But yeah, GG Jackson, I don't know who that is, but Jalen Johnson got the start again, dropped 14-3. That's pretty fun for him. Just somebody I want to pay attention to with this Hawks rotation to try to find some value here on the SORARE best ball DFS streets. Trey had 20-3, and then their rookie, Buffkin. What a fun name, Buffkin. Sounds like a villain in a late 90s comedy. Buffkin dropped 12 off the bench. There's a lot of guards there, right? Or is Buffkin more wing? I'm not sure what Buffkin's playing right now. Anyways, it's a good sign. Good sign for the Rooks. Atlanta continues to be a confusing squad. I don't really know what they're going to do. But we'll see. Oh, Mike Bass in the chat. Let's go. All right, let's keep it moving. Brooklyn played Ra'ana, which I'm not sure. I probably butchered that pronunciation. But the reason we're talking about it because a game happened. But do we still have this drop? Oh, my. Yes, we still do. Dwayne Bacon was playing for this team, and he dropped 17 points. So you are damn right we're getting a Bacon drop. Feels good to be back. What a just a jolt of life to have some Dwayne Bacon in you. So Dwayne Bacon, he dropped 17, 5, and 5. Mikal Bridges had 23 and 3. Simmons dropped the old 6.96, 6 points, 9 boards, 6 dimes. And that leads us to the question, is Ben Simmons back? But before we talk about Ben Simmons, Harry Giles is now with the Brooklyn Nets, and he started, and he dropped 16 and 10. And listen, it's exciting to have him back, right? That's great. I love that he's back. He was one of the best players in the country as a prospect coming out, and then had like brutal knee injuries. He was with the Kings for a little bit, didn't really do too much. Rehabilitated himself. Now back with Brooklyn. This is pretty good. Ooh, WJQ says, is there anyone better than Şengün? He's my number one best ball right now. 100% ownership. Okay, that's wild. 100%. We'll talk about Şengün in a second because the Rockets are up next. But that's pretty exciting for Giles. I'm happy for him. Brooklyn won 135-103. Nothing else to really take away from that. The whole Ben Simmons dialogue is just real funny at this point. And, I mean, he could go out there and he makes a layup and everybody's just like, whoa. Hell yeah, dude. But again, if you look at that roster, you get the Cams, right? Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas, Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie. You have a lot of dudes. Yeah, Germ SORARE says, Ben Simmons talk. What does Mike's life come to? You got a lot of guys out there who can put the ball in the net. Mikal Bridges is the lead dog. So maybe Ben Simmons just turns into a facilitator and a defensive player who can get in transition, and that's where he gets his buckets, you know? But again, I am not gonna go face first into this Ben Simmons hype. So I will wait and see. I'm very comfortable with the wait and see approach. Let's see his offseason workouts, his Photoshop shoulders. He makes a layup. Everybody loses their mind. Let's see him do it in November, and then I'll happily be like, hey, Ben Simmons back. Ben Simmons is back. God, it just feels gross even talking about it though, doesn't it? All right, let's talk about our guy WJQ's Şengün. Houston beat the Pels 120-87. Holy shit, that was not a close game. Jabari Smith Jr. I'm buying the Jabari Smith Jr. hype. Okay, he went out there, dropped 22 and 9, and it's good to see him capitalize off what we saw in Summer League. We saw some big leaps from him offensively in Summer League. And again, it's hard to take Summer League seriously with the way that they're rolling rosters out there. And of course, he played like a full season of regular season basketball, right? Of NBA season basketball. And so you're like, okay, he's beating up rookies and guys trying to get 10 days. Now he's doing it in preseason. Hopefully, we continue to cook over there with Jabari Smith Jr. Şengün had 12, 6, and 4. Jalen Green had 12. Amen Thompson, 12 and 4 off the bench. The Pelicans were dog due. Zion had 4 points, 4 boards, and 2 assists in 22 minutes. Ingram had 10 and 5. CJ had 17. All right, so we had Şengün. Want to talk about Şengün? Let me pull up my underdog here, actually, and we can look at my exposure. So I like that take of, 100% of anybody is probably too much, but listen, dude, put your foot down. We love to see it. So I've done 84 drafts so far. Here, I'll share screen right here. Let me see what we got over here. All right, here we go. So let's go over to my exposure. Let's see my big dogs. So yeah, Şengün is not as high on my list as I'd like, but mainly, I've only got 9% of Şengün, but I do like Şengün a lot. I think he's built kind of like that. He's not like Jokic and Sabonis, but offensively, he can do a lot of what they can do, like as facilitate out of the post. He's going to be a double-double machine that's also getting like 5 or 6 assists a game, right? He can really go up there. So I do like Şengün. Problem that I've had with Şengün is that if I'm taking somebody early, like you can see, I have now a lot of Anthony Davis at 24%. If I'm taking one of those bigs in best ball, I'm not taking another big until like pick 100, somewhere between 90 and 110. So that's kind of why. So because I have so much Mark Williams, I don't have a lot of Şengün, as you can see, right? Because I mean a lot. Because I have so much Anthony Davis, I don't have a lot of Şengün. And then you can see my other popular picks are guys that you get late in drafts, right? So like your Mark Williams, who I'm really high on, Wendell Carter Jr., who I also really like, and then you see Time Lord, Mitch Robb, Derek Lively, Steven Adams, Okongwu, Duran, and then now we get into those mid-range guys of Chet Holmgren, Walker Kessler, Şengün. But I do really like Şengün. I really do like it. Is Jabari Smith Jr. better than Şengün? I mean, they play different positions, so I don't think it's really. I'm not sure like how that debate boils down. I think they both have quite a bit of upside. Again, the Rockets team is going to be fun to follow this season, just because they have some adults in the room now. Tesla says, who do you think takes a step back in Houston in terms of shot volume? The fact that they're going to let Freddie chuck and potentially take shots away from Jabari is wild to me. So that's the thing, Tesla. I don't know if they are going to. I think Freddie's going to play more of a point guard role. I don't know if he's going to be like more of a facilitating guy. I don't know if he's going to chuck as much as he did before. I think he'll still take plenty of threes. But I actually, I was pretty high on Jalen Green going into this year, taking a big jump. I'm like the longer we get into this season, the more, or this preseason, the more nervous I'm getting about it. I just don't know how he fits with this squad. I mean, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he just becomes the gunner for this team. Germ says Ime is a 10x improvement over Silas. Yeah, I actually don't even think, it's not even that I think Silas is a bad coach. I think Ime is a good coach, but they just did not respect Silas out the gate. And like, dude, I mean, Kevin Porter Jr., a nightmare, right? Locker room nightmare case. So is Christian Wood. It was just bad vibes all around. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that Houston. But you're right, Tesla. Somebody is going to take a step back. I'm hoping. I think they're going to unleash Jabari. I'm very excited about what Jabari can do. I'm excited about Şengün. I'm a little bit nervous about some of these other guys like Tari Eason, Cam Whitmore, Thompson breaking through. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. I think we have one more game, right? One more game to get to. Yeah, the Suns and Blazers revenge game, baby. Get excited. Suns beat the Blazers 122-111. Kevin Durant dropped 16, 6, and 4 in 21 minutes. Eric Gordon dropped 20 and 3. He started for the Suns. He was their fifth dude. Jusuf Nurkic had 17, 8, and 5. Scoot had 22, 4, and 4. Simons had 15. Sharp 12 and 5. Ayton only 7 and 6. Bad look for Ayton. I was kind of excited about what the Blazers did last night, though, because I wasn't sure. I thought they were going to put Matisse Thybulle as like the 3. So I thought their starting 5 was going to be Scoot, Simons, Thybulle to give them some defensive help, Grant, Ayton. Instead, what they did is they just were like, let's play offensive, and that's it. And it was offensive. They played Scoot, Simons, Shaedon Sharpe started at the 3. So they started really small, really fast, chucking. And then you've got Jeremy Grant at the 4, Ayton at the 5. So I am excited about that, because I do think from best ball, from a fantasy daily or SORARE perspective, that's where you're going to get a lot of your value, because, yeah, they're going to get their teeth kicked in most nights, but they are going to score a lot of points. So that was exciting. Ayton disappointing. He's probably not built to go out there and, he's not like a revenge narrative tough guy. I imagine if anything, he was like, I'll wait till tomorrow to show up. And that's what he did with 7 and 6. So the real takeaway, though, is especially if Coach Stark Holmes is still in the chat, or a man wet like a book, the Suns offense is going to be dynamic. They are going to score a lot of points. I think it's going to be, I know they're not going to defend. And I know I've already been like, yeah, they're going to stay healthy, all that stuff. They are going to be at least the second best team in the West. They are going to score a ton of points, man. Tesla's asking, is Thybulle over his yips? Yeah, great question. Is Thybulle over his yips? He was pretty solid for Portland down the stretch last season. And I know none of those games really mattered, right? Like after he was dealt to the Blazers, I mean, he was pretty solid. So it'll be something to pay attention to. I'm excited to watch. The Blazers are going to be a fun league pass team. They just might be bad. All right, let's let's take our first break here as we pivot to talk a little SORARE here because there was some fun news out of them yesterday. So we're going to take a quick break. Today's NBA Bit is brought to you by SORARE. Daily fantasy sports is annoying. Constantly paying attention to injury news, who's starting, who's sitting, and just having to remember to enter your lineups each and every day. With SORARE, you just have to enter your lineup once for each game week. And instead of having to pay an entry fee each time you enter a contest with SORARE, once you buy your cards, the tournaments are free. Each game week, you'll have a chance to win more card rewards to bolster up your roster. And this year, SORARE is introducing cash prizes. So sign up for SORARE today using the link in the description, and they'll start you with 20 free common cards. And by using our link, once you buy 5 cards from auction, they'll give you a 6th one free. So sign up for SORARE today and see if you can take down Mike Sorarian. We go. We love an ad read. We're going to talk some SORARE here in a second. Here we go. Was Beal ever all NBA? Yeah, I think so. 2020, 2021 season. I think he made third team. I think that was the last year he was like averaging 30 points a game. I think so. And Jump Shoot back to the Sun says, will this offense score more than D'Antoni's 7-second off? I mean, yeah, just because the league's different now. Like, I mean, I guess in perspective, like the game's just different 15 years later, right? So I think, yes, they will score more. When the team hold, yeah, speaking of SORARE, how rare is SORARE when the team hold daily games? Yeah, we're going to start up our own private contest again. We'll have more information on that next week once we get closer to it. But what I wanted to share, I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday, but our guy, Worldwide Wob, Rob Perez, who was partnered up with Underdog all through last season, he was hosting some shows for them. He was doing a lot of different stuff, and I'm sure a lot of you guys saw this. He is now over here with our friends at SORARE. Dropped a video yesterday, and it was I also thought he did like a pretty good job explaining it. So that was exciting. Cool to see them feeling like they're tapping into the right types of creators and are working with them. And then like, there you go. You know, I was trying to get thirsty in here, saying we're gonna need you to get on a SORARE Live Before Lock show. And let's check these likes real quick and see if we've got a shot at let's scroll down. Oh, AG, shout out AG. Where is it? Oh, bang. So maybe he's going to come on. Maybe he's going to come on Live Before Lock. But yeah, he's a great content creator. I think he's pretty fun. But anyways, I thought this was a great grab by SORARE. And I also, I don't know how much I'm allowed to share, but SORARE has, I think it's coming out next Tuesday or I don't know, sometime next week. They have another promo push coming. The only reason I know this is because there was a small smidge of a chance that we were going to combine what they were doing with our tip-off show, but instead they're doing it a week earlier because, their auctions start next week, right? And you're going to see my familiar, beautiful face. Myself and Andrew Laird did some stuff together. But there are also some more exciting faces that I think will make you excited about the future of SORARE. So anyways, it's cool to just see them continuing to evolve and grow. They had a bunch of announcements that we talked a little bit about yesterday with gameplay, with cash prizes, all of this stuff. This just in a gambling product as a promo code. Yeah, baby. Use our promo code. Tesla, we're trying to get paid here. All right, we're trying to get paid. But anyways, I'm excited about it. Obviously, we have a partnership with SORARE, so whatever you want. If you wanna FUD, I get it. But I'm really excited about what they're doing, and I'm just excited for fantasy basketball to be back. You know how I feel. I'm excited for it to be back. But that was what's going on in SORARE. Except no Rook L10 is nice, except they already printed some chets. Yeah. So they did make that announcement because as we talked about on Shot Tank, right? Those rookies are kind of a cheat code if they have an L10 of 0, and now you're not going to be able to use them for the first 2 weeks, which I think, or the first 2 game weeks, excuse me. So that's good. Yeah, new cards come out on October 17th. I think that's when you'll see some promo stuff too. But was honored to be a part of the promo stuff that they're doing. It was cool that they asked us to do it. Hopefully that gets some more eyeballs on some stuff. So, but yeah, that's the SORARE news. Chet season 2 could still be rookie cards. That is true, right? Because he's still going to be considered a rook this season. which again, that's our rookie of the year bet, babies. That's our rookie of the year bet, babies. Although I am getting a little more nervous about it. All right, I don't know. What else you guys want to talk about? We're going to keep this one a little bit shorter today. I'll use the excuse that No Dunks is back, and I want to make sure everybody is live for the 10 a.m. No Dunk show. But really, it's because we also have another show at 3 p.m. and my voice is a little parched. I got a big weekend coming up, though. Big weekend this weekend. You want to know what's going on? Sunday, we're going to Game 3 of the WNBA Finals, where it feels like the Liberty are about to get smoked. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I'm pretty sure there's an article coming out in the New York Times in the next day or two about Ellie the elephant, the mascot. And I was definitely quoted. I was interviewed about Ellie the mascot. I've talked about Ellie on this show before. I've tweeted about Ellie. I think we're going to have some fun quotes from there. Hopefully, I had a nice conversation with the person who wrote it, so that's kind of funny. But on tonight, let's change up a little bit. No sports here for you. Kelsey and I are going to see John and John. We're going to see John Mulaney and Jon Stewart do some stand-up tonight. Very excited about that. We have to go outside the city, where I think it's in, I forget the name of the town, just outside the city, but very excited to go check that out. Kelsey and I, for the last 4 years, 5, maybe longer, have almost annually have gotten tickets to John Mulaney, and then something has happened. Once was COVID. There was another time where he was supposed to be doing a show at Foxwoods that we were going to, and then he found out he was going to be hosting Saturday Night Live and had to cancel the show. There was a bunch of stuff like that. So that is going to be, I'm very excited about that. Very excited about seeing John and John. And I'm a big Jon Stewart fan. So that's going to be good. All right, let me catch up. Boston Base says, I have a cash balance and an ETH balance on SORARE. Can they not intermingle? No, they're separate. They're separate. I think you can transfer them, though, but they can't. It can't be done in one purchase. All right, what else you got? Good article on Ellie or bad? No, it's good. It's a good one. You saw X. Yeah, I was seeing some comments about Saw X. That's good. Chop said, if you were in the locker room and overheard a player say something controversial but didn't say it to you directly, are you reporting it? Yeah. I said this at the beginning, Chops. I know you probably missed the beginning of the show. This is the most non-story I've ever heard. There are reporters, there are live cameras, live mics all of the time in the clubhouse. And it's not like he said, it's not like he dropped a slur. It's not like he said anything offensive. He said, attaboy Harper. And listen, if you are going to complain that your baseball team, who won 100 regular season games, if you are going to say that we lost this because I said attaboy Harper, and then Bryce Harper decided to try to hit home runs, here's some breaking news. Bryce Harper was trying to hit home runs before Orlando Arcia said anything. Just the dumbest. That's the dumbest conversation that's happening right now. Nothing is sacred anymore. Your own teams are tweeting out stuff. are tweeting out videos or Instagram posts from the locker room at all times. JJ Redick did a thing on this too, on the Old Man and the Three. It was about them posting the Deion Sanders talk to Joel Embiid. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And I think anybody taking that side, anybody that's out there tweeting, be like, this is what's wrong with sports. Everything has changed. You win the fucking playoff series. Win the games. Win the games, then it wouldn't matter. Then you can be like, yeah, we do talk shit. So dumb. Also, the thing, I don't know if you guys, Steve Smith last night was laying into Jerry Jeudy. And I want to tell you guys something. Two things can be true. Jerry Jeudy can be bad, and that rant was dumb. I saw a lot of people tweeting that, be like, dude, it's good to see somebody having some testicle fortitude, like Steve Smith, saying that he's just a guy. So here's what happened. Steve Smith talked a lot of shit. Then he went to try and talk to Jerry Jeudy, who heard that Steve Smith was talking a lot of shit about him. And Jerry Jeudy was like, yeah, I don't want to hear it. So Steve Smith's mad that Jerry Jeudy doesn't like what he was saying. So if you told somebody, hey, man, you suck. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, hey, dude, sorry, I said you suck. Sorry, not only did I say you suck, I didn't say it directly to you. I said it to millions of people. And then I apologized to you directly. That's okay. That's okay if Jerry Jeudy is like, hey, man, go fuck yourself. And I love Steve Smith too. I think he's a great character. I think he does great content with Underdog, their podcast. All of that is funny. It was just really weird to me that everybody was like, wow, dude, finally, man, Steve Smith. It was so dumb. So like, I love the idea. And then he like goes back on national television. He's like, yeah, man, I'm sorry to say you are just a guy. So, well, I guess so now the apology that you were throwing Jerry Jeudy because it wasn't accepted, we doubled down. I would feel the same way, but no, I do. I think Jerry Jeudy is bad at fantasy football. I mean, at football, he's a bad fantasy player. The Bronco, all of that stuff is true. That's what I'm saying. Both of those things can be true. Jerry Jeudy can be just a guy. And that rant was not as cool as everybody thought it was. If it started with, if Steve Smith said, hey, I just went up to Jerry Jeudy and to his face, I said, you are just a guy, you suck. That would have been one thing. But he was mad that Jerry Jeudy didn't accept his apology right away. That's what that rant was about. If Jerry Jeudy was like, hey man, thanks for coming to me, that whole thing doesn't happen. So the whole rant was because Jeudy didn't accept his apology. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love it. All right, let's take one more break. Speaking of Steve Smith and Underdog, let's do one more ad read. Today's NBA bit is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy Sports. Whether you're drafting Luka first overall in best ball or fading Wemby blocks in the pick'ems, Underdog is where you'll find Team Hold. Sign up today at underdogfantasy.com or just click the link in the description to get started. And by signing up using promo code HOLD, HOLD, you will get a 100% deposit bonus match up to $100. That's a free honey. So sign up today using promo code HOLD, HOLD, and get started at underdogfantasy.com. There we go. Tesla saying is the only game Taylor Swift skipped so far, the one in Minnesota last week. So the only conspiracy theory I saw, and I can't remember if it's Fox or CBS, but one of those networks did something, whether they asked to use her music without paying, something, I forget what it was. And that supposedly that she hasn't been going to those games. So like if they've been on, I think it's if they've been on Fox, because I think the Minnesota Chiefs game was on Fox, but they went to the Sunday night one. And then like the Thursday night one, and then I forget what it was. That's the best conspiracy theory that I've seen. Stan says Jerry Jeudy would be the best. No, on the Minnesota one, the Minnesota game with the people. Wasn't she not at the Vikings one? There was one game she didn't go to, I thought. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember. All right. Jeudy would be the best receiver on the Chiefs. I disagree because Rashee Rice is him. Rice is so good. He's going to be awesome. All right, hold on. I wanted to, speaking of Jeudy and Wilson. So I did a bunch of those dailies, and we did okay. We did 28 entries, so that's 280. We got 356 back. But I want to show you this sweat that we kind of had here at the end. So I had two different shots at it. So this is my best scoring lineup. It finished 200, 72 points. But real quick, let's look at the leaderboard. First had 85, so it was only 13 points behind. That last drive, right? This lineup had Wilson, Sutton, Kelsey and Tony, but like obviously Wilson and Sutton because Denver had the ball. But this was just the Monday night and Thursday night. So it had Russ, Jacobs, Rice, Sutton, Tony, and Kelsey. So I had Russ and Sutton there on that last drive until Samaje Perine fumbled it off his own knee, which was pretty wild. And then this lineup, which was 1 point behind that one, had Russ, Jeudy, and Sutton still live. And then I thought I had one more too. This one had Wilson, Sutton. Yeah, that one had Wilson and Sutton too. So we had a real close, real shot at binking one. We got Andy 8052. He's like, forget NBA Top Shot. We're binking underdogs now. Who he's going to be coming on. He's going to be joining the Underdog Happy Hour. Not this week, maybe not next week, but soon because he's going to be grinding the NBA dailies with us. But here we go. He finished fifth there for $17.50 on a $10 entry. How about that? He had Jimmy, Jacobs, Jacoby, Sutton, Kelsey, and Musgrave. Double tight end. Wow. And then our boy, John Boy. John Boy was up there too. John Boy finished 13th with Jimmy Pacheco, Dylan Myers, Rice, and Kelsey. So there you go. That was a lot of fun. Play the Steve Smith clip. I don't want to play it, although I guess I can play it because we have been demonetized. I'll do a short about it after. Don't you worry. Jeudy would be the best wide receiver on the Pats. That is true. The Patriots are dog shit. Oh, wow. Mercamius said, I fumbled the ball off my knee in high school. It was embarrassing. Damn. Wow, that's tough. That is a tough scene. I just, real quick, congrats to everybody that went out there and bought an NBA Top Shot pack. That seemed to be a big dub yesterday. Seems like you could sell the packs for like 2.5x. All of the moments were above board. There we go. Also, I just saw Shiggins your message. I'll get you that. Do your shorts get demonetized? Yeah, everything's demonetized, baby. Everything is demonetized while we're in suspension mode. The good news is, like, worst case scenario, we remonetize in a couple of months. Best case scenario, we're back in next week. Boston Bass says, yeah, Boston Bass, you get the W, man. You called it. I will say about the demonetized, right? So live before lock picks up, not this week, but not next week, but the week after, right? Oh, my Wi-Fi just got buzzed for a second. That hasn't happened in a while. We're going to mess around with it. I think Monday, the same format will be on YouTube. We might do it in the Discord because it's going to, what I wanted to do is provide some VIP value because I need to make some cold hard cash. So we might put one of them behind there. Yeah, people are asking suspension mode, what happened? Yeah, we got, I think I said this the other day. You probably got a notification if you were a VIP member, but they said we broke the terms of service with some of our videos, and we had to appeal because they were like, we have to demonetize you, girl, which means we can't make ad rev or we can't do VIP stuff or membership stuff on YouTube. So that's why we'd have to take it behind a paywall somewhere else, like Discord or Patreon or something like that. Hopefully, it's going to get overturned shortly. We had to go. I had to do an appeal video to explain what the content was or how we make content, all that stuff. It was a 5-minute video. I had to explain how we make the content, the type of content we do, the community that we've created, why it's important to be monetized, all of that stuff. And then what sucks is they were so what's it called? They were so vague with what happened that I don't even know what it was. I'm assuming it's from some of the shorts. I don't know if it's from the green screen clips. Yeah, and I know. And then we put the appeal video. And now, so anyways, our boys at Oversubscribe are trying to talk to some people. I'm talking to some people. So we're going to try to get, at least if we don't get it overturned, what happens, you get to reapply in a couple of months and then it'll be fine. But I would just like to know what the hell happened. I don't even know. If I'm going to break the rules, I want to do that shit intentionally, baby. Anyway, so that's where we're at right now. But we'll find some ways around it. I'm not worried. What's nice is it doesn't affect the algo. We've actually gained like 120 subs since that all went down, which is kind of funny. And for those keeping track at home, we are at 10,400 and I'm waiting for the refresh. 10,415. And the goal, I wanted to see if we could get to 11,000 by the end of the marathon stream, hoping we get a big push that day. So we'll see. We'll see. Anything else you guys wanted to hit? People are saying go to Twitch. We do dual stream over at Twitch, but I just don't love Twitch. You know what I'm saying? The ladies do love a bad boy. I feel you know. Anything else you guys wanted to hit before we wrap this up? Reminder, we're back at 3 o'clock. We're going to be doing some DGen stuff. We're going to look at some pick'ems for this weekend. We'll do some NFL and some NBA stuff. And then Sunday, I think we're back on Sunday as well with John Boy Sunday morning to do like a last minute pump and dump. I don't know, a last minute some NFL blitz to get us ready. Did I listen to Pedro and Rosillo? No, I haven't listened to Rosillo this week. He had Gronk and Pedro on the same episode, right? I have that bookmarked. Today's a big podcast day for me today because I got to do a lot of different. I got to do some laundry. But yeah, I think that's where we're at. Stream 2K on Twitch. Here's the thing, Sneeps. I don't own a gaming console. I just haven't been gaming, bro. But I appreciate everyone being here this morning. Come back this afternoon. Come hang out. We'll have a good time. And then listen, we did it. We had a great week. I hope everybody has a nice weekend. If I don't see you this afternoon, there we go. Look at that. Ben Simmons is back. There you go, George. But I hope everybody has a great weekend if I don't see you this afternoon. And otherwise, I'll see you Monday. We are out.